Hey and welcome, I'm Hammeh. Here's a roundup of a bunch of news from the last couple of days in Overwatch that might have slipped under your radar. New Mercy res changes are being tested on the PTR. Is it too much? Do you think it's not enough, or should it be done differently? I'd love to hear your thoughts. For you collectibles fans, Figma Genji has now been unveiled in terms of what he looks like. I'll share it all for you here. An official forum poster receives a 30-day ban and a stern response for calling for the dev team to be fired. We'll have a quick little chat about constructive against not constructive criticism. And finally, as Blizzcon 2017 is less than a month away now, we have a look at the schedule that's been announced as well as what might come out of the various sessions. A quick hello from me and a little bit of an update before we crack on with the news. Now, I know that over the last couple of weeks there have been a few less videos on the channel as well as a few more newsy ones. Now, I'm not going to be a news channel, don't worry. Thank you for the patience. I've been working on some more Overwatch lore videos as well as a bunch of new stuff, a few experiments. I hope you like them. Do let me know what you think in the comments. So stay tuned for that over the next few days and the coming weeks. Thanks very much. Let's get on with the news. Alright, first things first, the potential Mercy changes. Now I say potential because they're on the PTR and things can of course change, so let's not start trying to man the lifeboats just yet. Now, the current proposed PTR changes are Mercy when in Valkyrie has double the range for resurrection, but it does not reset the resurrection cooldown, and the cooldown while in Valkyrie is also staying at 30 seconds. There's also a slight tweak to Guardian Angel movement speed. Now, you could continue travelling with the momentum you gained from a Guardian Angel recently, this kind of bunny hop style motion, by cancelling the Guardian Angel before you got to a target and then riding the momentum by using spacebar. It's something that Blizzard noticed and kind of left in because they like the feel of it, but that has also been tweaked on the PTR right now as well. So, Mercy recently has been a must pick for different reasons, not because of the 5-man res, but because of this tempo res, which I actually, to be honest, have quite enjoyed the style of, but this ability to undo a pick and the strength of her in various ways has made her kind of a must pick at many levels of play. Now, irony of ironies, she was for the 5-man res in other situations sometimes before. Now, I'll prefix this with the sense that obviously I'm not a game developer and unlike Blizzard, I don't have access to the stats. However, in a lot of the kind of platinum and diamond games that I've been playing recently, I see a lot of Mercy, nearly a Mercy on every team. She feels like she needs to be there, but if she's dealt with properly, and she can be dealt with properly, then suddenly, as soon as she's dead, it's this whole triggering condition for teams to move in, for teams to push forward and try to take points or control points off the back of the Mercy being down or the Mercy not having a Valkyrie. So we've gone from a 5-man res Mercy reset situation to acting off the back of what Mercy does or what Mercy is not doing, like if she's dead for example, as a trigger for sort of action in the game. Now personally, Mercy or any hero being a must pick is not something that Blizzard like particularly. They want heroes to be generally viable, but some heroes are absolutely perfectly fine to be niche picks. They don't want sort of hero must picks, so I can see Mercy getting changes for this reason amongst others. Now, as to how Mercy swings games or not, I can't sort of state that beyond my own personal experience, I don't have the stats. But I like the feel of Mercy in Valkyrie, and it's going to be interesting to see how this res change changes things. Mercy can still undo this res, but it takes a lot of the combo out of the Valkyrie res that she had, but then the shorter cooldown that she had in Valkyrie could mean that she could stagger fights and really change the outcome of a fight just in a different way to the 5-man. I'm not saying that Mercy is balanced right now, but I like the general feel of her and her playstyle, so I hope that this doesn't totally kick her to being less used than everyone else. So remember, it's an experiment at the moment. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is too much if it goes through? And remember, it's just a change that's being tested on the PTR right now. Is it too little for you? Do you think a different change would be good here? Maybe Mercy should have a longer cooldown on Resurrect when in Valkyrie than the sort of 10 seconds or so she has right now. Perhaps that could change things a bit. I still don't think that the Valkyrie res is a massive problem. Maybe it's the continued quick reses afterwards if the Mercy is alive that can be a problem. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep it civil. And remember, we can all have opinions, and at the end of the day, we're all lacking information that Blizzard has and we don't. So there is, as always, no answer that's going to suit everyone here. So do respect each other's opinions. Next up for you collectibles fans, Figma Genji has been unveiled. The posable Figma set of Japanese style figures from the GOODSMILE company let you pose your Genji in a different bunch of ways. He's got his katana and wakizashi for various combat poses, and he's also got his shuriken as well. This is scheduled at the moment to be released in May of 2018. The figures in the UK are going for about £65 or so, so translate that to your currency as appropriate. I really do like Figma, as they're a nice kind of middle point between things like Funko Pops and the slightly more expensive D.va expensive statue range of Overwatch collectibles from the Blizzard store. Will you be getting yourself a Figma Genji? How is your Overwatch collection going if you have one? And exactly how much has your wallet or purse or bank account been suffering? Do let me know in the comments. Interesting post from the official forums with some context. Someone got a 30-day ban for calling for the dev team to be replaced. Now, it's worth saying that the poster just said, anyone else fed up with the balancing going on, the team needs replacement, this is outrageous, which is effectively just calling for someone's head without really giving any constructive criticism as to why you're doing so. Now, Jeff jumped in with a response saying, make a productive post clearly stating an issue you're having or a productive suggestion. We won't tolerate demands of people being replaced on these forums. See you in 30 days. Now, with the context of another recent forum post by Jeff where he talked about the team in general, but also the challenges that the dev team have trying to be more open in conversation with the community, I understand where this has come from. As a development team who use their real names and talk to us directly quite a lot of the time compared to other development teams in other games, we need to give Blizzard a little bit of slack here. No one should be threatened in their work for making a video game, certainly. What I would hope here is that Blizzard then show consistency, so if other people are acting in this way, then as part of generally perhaps changing the tone on the boards a little bit, that this is something that doesn't apply to this just one person. No one should be threatened in their work for making a video game, certainly. Now, please note, I'm not saying that people should be forum banned or anything for disagreeing with what the team is doing, but there's a big difference between calling for someone's job without offering any feedback or criticism, or constructively criticizing the game. I can say, I think you're doing a bad job at balancing the game, and here is why. I think that maybe you should do this with Mercy instead of this. I think that you've done too much to Genji. I think that Lucio should suddenly be able to fly in space with rockets. That is constructive criticism. You don't have to agree to be able to constructively criticize. If you go and make a post which is just, I think everyone should be fired, then that is a kind of thing that is going to make the people who read it feel bad. It's going to make other people in the community who also read it feel bad, as well as the people whose jobs are being called for. And it's not adding any constructive information or points to any debate, and it's just making people feel generally frustrated or down. So sometimes when you have a community, you want to try and stop people from making themselves feel worse, if that makes sense. I would read Jeff's old post if you haven't read it already. Do any of you actually use the official forums? With a post a minute there at the moment talking about the Mercy changes right now, I would not want to be the community manager looking after those. But do let me know your thoughts either way in the comments. I might make a vid on this as I have some pretty strong opinions, but as this forum post was 5 days ago, that's kind of ancient history in Overwatch terms, with the speed at which news moves. Maybe I'll save it for sort of a thought piece or a reflection at some time. What I would say though, in terms of being positive, is if you're enjoying something about Overwatch, please do let the dev team know in some way, whether you post on Reddit, on the official forums, in comments of YouTube videos, drop them a tweet. We need to make sure that we talk about the things we are enjoying and appreciate, not just focusing perhaps too much on the things that frustrate us. Alright, last but not least, BlizzCon 2017's schedule is out. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on Friday the 3rd and Saturday the 4th of November. After the opening ceremony on the Friday, where of course any Overwatch announcements that are big will be made, there is a What's Next panel later that afternoon, as well as an animated short panel about Junkertown The Plan, talking about creating a new kind of short. Should be some interesting things there. This giant loot box that people have been talking about on the stage is going to be opened at the end of Friday, and there are also another 2 panels, Lorecraft, which is a general Blizzard art of storytelling. I wonder if we'll see some Overwatch stuff in that, as well as Blizzard art and live in-game animation, talking about how they animate characters. So that should be pretty cool too. Of course, over the entire weekend there is the Overwatch World Cup happening. All of the main matches are going to be played on the Friday, and the bronze place match and the final will be played on the Saturday. Switching over to the Saturday, there is an Overwatch Archives panel looking back on the game development and history of Overwatch, which I'm definitely going to tune into, as well as the Voices of Blizzard, the United Nations of Overwatch, a very popular panel from last year which had all of the voice actors chiming in and talking about what it was like to be in Overwatch, so keep an eye out for that. There's also a Blizzard Cinematics panel and an Overwatch Streamer Showdown where personalities compete, apparently to complete a new kind of objective, win a battle of wits. I'm going to be very interested to see not only who's on that one, but what they end up doing. Could be quite funny. As well as an Inside the Overwatch League panel for those of you who are interested in esports. There's so much going on. I will be covering all of this on the channel over the weekend with roundups, as well as any lore and new hero map and content announcements that there will be too. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't and want to get all of the BlizzCon updates and lore as they're announced. Thanks for tuning in guys, keep an eye out for Overwatch lore as well as some new videos over the coming days and weeks. And throw a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this vid and you'd like to see more. I'd love to hear all of your thoughts on any of this in the comments. Cheers for tuning in, I've been Hammeh, Take it easy.